This is a beast egg? Yang Kai was shocked. How do you know this is a beast egg? I just know. Mozoki shook her head and replied triumphantly, anyway, this thing can't be wrong, I just don't know which kind of monster's egg it is, but I can feel that it should very powerful. Do you have a secret technique to perceive it? Yang Kai looked at her thoughtfully. Yet. This is what I was fighting for with the guy from Flying Saint Palace, maybe he also sees that this thing is extraordinary. Since you are sure it is a beast egg, then carefully collect it. Yang Kai didn't know much about this, but since Mozoki had a secret technique to perceive it, she couldn't be wrong. This is probably the only thing she has gained from visiting the black market. By the way, Zyoki, do you know anything about the Heaven's Devourer battle law? Yang Kai suddenly remembered something and asked. Heaven's Devourer battle law. That's the cultivation technique of Heaven's Devourer Great Emperor, of course I know. Mozoki nodded. It is precisely by relying to this set of supreme cultivation techniques that Heaven's Devourer Great Emperor achieved the peak of Emperor Senior stage. In his era, the Heaven's Devourer Great Emperor was extremely powerful, even among the 10 Great Emperor Senior, he could rank in the top 3. Oh? The Heaven's Devourer Great Emperor is now. Heaven's Devourer Great Emperor has already fallen. Mozoki smiled slightly. It is rumored that the Heaven's Devourer battle law is incompatible with the world. The Great Emperor was rejected by the law of heaven and earth in his cultivation, until he became devil and died, but I knew. At this point, she smiled mysteriously and whispered, this is fake. What is the real truth? The Heaven's Devourer Great Emperor was besieged by people. He fell into the star fragment sea. When Mozoki said this, her expression suddenly became more solemn than ever. Yang Kai narrowed his eyes, and said in a condensed voice, the strength of the Heaven's Devourer Great Emperor ranks in the top 3 among the top 10 Great Emperor Senior. Those who dare to besiege him. SHHH. Mozoki raised her index finger to her lips and motioned, this is a big secret. I also heard only a few words when I listened to Uncle Li and Aunt Feng chatting, Brother Yang, don't talk about it everywhere. Otherwise, it is very likely that it will lead to a murderous disaster in the world. There are definitely not many people who know this secret. I understand this naturally. It's just, why is the Heaven's Devourer Great Emperor besieged by others? I don't know this. Mozoki shook her head. With Mozoki's character, if she really knew something, she would never hide it. Since she can't explain clearly. That is probably because she really doesn't know. Yang Kai did not ask more about this matter. It's just that Yang Kai instinctively felt that the reason why the Heaven's Devourer Great Emperor was besieged might have something to do with that set of Heaven's Devourer battle law cultivation technique. It looks like it's time to study the Heaven's Devourer battle law. Even though Yang Kai knew that Wu Mengchuan passed his Heaven's Devourer battle law with bad intentions. But after all, it is the cultivation technique mastered by the top 10 Great Emperor Senior, it would be a pity to leave it alone. The two chatted for a while before Mozoki left. Before leaving, Mozoki gave Yang Kai a sound bead and told Yang Kai that if he wanted to find her, he only had to pour spiritual mind into the sound bead. Yang Kai naturally nodded and agreed. Although Mozoki is too innocent, but after all, she has an extraordinary background, and she has a lot of treasure, and in some aspects of knowledge and experience, she cannot compare with him, but maybe there will be a day when he can draw on the other party's strength. Yang Kai naturally would not refuse her kindness. What's more, everyone now settles in Maplewood City, it's better to deepen contact with each other, and it is convenient to take care of any accidents. The function of the sound bead is similar to that of the communication compass, but Mozoki's sound bead is specially created, which is better than the communication compass. From the perspective of energy fluctuations, it is a Void King grade high-rank artifact. After sending away Mozoki, Yang Kai arranged a large number of source crystals in the cave, and opened all the forbidden formations regardless of consumption. Now that he has a lot of source crystals in his hands, he will naturally not be stingy in this regard. After ensuring safety and privacy, he sacrificed the mysterious boundary bead and entered it alone. Inside the mysterious small boundary, there was silence. Yang Kai released his spiritual mind, and the situation of the entire mysterious small boundary was clear at a glance. At the medicine garden, the medicinal materials previously obtained from the Lost Earth are growing thrivingly. These medicinal materials are all materials of the Void King grade. If they are refined into a spirit pill, it will be of great benefit to the growth of the Void King realm martial artist. Before Yang Kai was reluctant to use it, it was because these medicinal materials were extremely rare in the home star territory, but now that he came to the star boundary, the products were more abundant, and these medicinal materials were nothing. So he decided to refine all these medicinal materials into spirit pills, so that he could use them in his cultivation. It just so happens that he can also use these medicinal materials to refine spirit pill. He wants to see if his pill refining technique can hit the bottleneck of principal source grade. If he can succeed, then he can be promoted to a principal source grade alchemy expert. In the star boundary, the Void King grade alchemy expert is not a big deal, but the principal source grade is definitely not low. Yang Kai is not very strong now. If he had the identity of a principal source grade alchemy expert as a barrier, he might be able to save his life in a crisis. After he was busy, Yang Kai collected all the Void King grade medicinal materials, sorted them out by categories, and prepared them to make pills after going out. In the mysterious small boundary, in addition to the medicinal materials in the medicinal garden, there are also monster insect queen that was collected before and the ice flower and exotic fruit from the bottom of the ice cliff. In the area where the ice flower exotic fruit is located, the ice cold is unstoppable, but the monster insect queen is sleeping there willingly, seeming to be absorbing the strange cold power emanating from the ice flower exotic fruit to strengthen itself. After this period of recuperation and fusion, the monster insect queen wound that had turned into a blood beast has healed a lot, and the large and small wounds that originally existed on the body showed signs of healing. After all, although the body of the monster insect queen is dead, Yang Kai's pure golden blood has a powerful recovery ability. What surprised Yang Kai most was that the purple and blue double swords that Mo Zioki had previously given him had started to merge with the flesh body of the monster insect queen. The purple and blue double swords are the Void King grade high-rank artifacts. The double swords are combined in one, which is comparable to the ordinary principal source grade artifact. Moreover, it is of the ice attribute. It is most suitable for the monster insect queen. When he get the purple and blue double swords in Jade Clear Mountain that day, Yang Kai threw it into the mysterious small boundary without hesitation. Looking at it now, the two long swords have actually merged with the two pliers of the monster insect queen, showing signs of becoming one. This is a very strange thing. Yang Kai only wanted to find a suitable weapon for the monster insect queen, so he threw the purple and blue swords in. After thinking about it carefully, although the monster insect queen is now his own blood beast, the spiritual wisdom in its body is transformed by the sword intent psychic, and it has a natural affinity for the sword-shaped artifact. The blood beast, the sword intent psychic, the monster body, when these kinds of things are completely needed together, Yang Kai doesn't know how to describe such a monster like the monster insect queen. It's a pity that it doesn't have a real mind, and it's not a living thing. Otherwise, Yang Kai would look forward to how far it can grow. After observing the monster insect queen for a while and confirming that it was all well, Yang Kai looked for a place on his own, sat down cross-legged, and took the source congealing pill. While transforming his own source strength, he contemplated in his mind. He wants to comprehend the Heaven's Devourer battle law taught to him by Wu Mengchuan. At that time in the bone prison, although he had slightly reviewed this set of cultivation technique and felt the power and incredibleness of this set of cultivation technique, he didn't have much time to study it carefully. Moreover, after Yang Kai learned of the origin of this cultivation technique, he also felt that Wu Mengchuan has a bad intention, and he was not willing to practice such cultivation technique. But not cultivating it does not mean that it is useless. The stone of the mountain can be used to attack Jade, and perhaps he may be possible to see a line of mystery from this set of cultivation technique. Yang Kai quickly entered a state of selflessness. Up to now, he has come into contact with many secret techniques, and he has some insight. But after comprehension, he found that this Heaven's Devourer battle law was more mysterious and powerful than any cultivation secret technique he had come into contact with. Devouring all the spiritual things in the world and turn them into your own use. When you reach the peak, you will become the Emperor Senior. Even the sun, moon, and stars on that day can be devoured. Yang Kai was very happy. The Heaven's Devourer Great Emperor who created this set of cultivation technique is definitely a lunatic. He even wanted to devour the stars in the world, to refine it. But after thinking about it, Yang Kai admired the Heaven's Devourer Great Emperor very much, and no matter whether he was crazy or not, this person was definitely a talented person, otherwise he would not be able to create such a cultivation technique. There are rumors in the world that the cultivation technique of the great emperor are not tolerated by the heavens and the earth. It is not far from the truth. Such a cultivation technique really cannot be tolerated by the world and other emperor senior. The heavens devourer great emperor was finally besieged by other great emperor seniors, and fall in the star fragments sea. But Yang Kai was keenly aware of the downside of this set of cultivation technique. Swallowing and refining all the spiritual things in the world for your own use, it sounds tempting, and it can also make people grow quickly in a very short time, but this kind of unrestrained devouring and refining is bound to be accompanied by great hidden dangers. The energies of all things are different, and if they are swallowed into the same body, if there is no strong endurance and conversion ability, it will only cause conflicts of various energies in the end, and it is inevitable that they will become devil or mad. The most obvious example is Wu Mengchuan. The old man is cruel and violent, and even his loyal followers were killed, without blinking. It was obviously related to the practice of this cultivation technique. Moreover, if this set of exercises were really so magical, then Wu Mengchuan wouldn't be only at third-order principal source stage until now. I'm afraid he has already cultivated to the Emperor Senior. Feels bad man. Yang Kai sighed. Such a set of top-notch cultivation technique fell into his hands, but it became useless and it's a pity he has to abandon it, which made him feel regretful. Anyway, he would never make jokes about his own future and cultivate this heavens devourer battle law. There is not only one road to the Emperor Senior. To be continued.